because anger is bad, isn't it? It's not socially approved of, generally speaking. Here, how many of you feel free to just get angry? Don't you feel embarrassed when you do? Because it's when you show anger in front of everybody, isn't it embarrassing? It is for me. So it's not socially kind of admired, Say, and in front of the lay people, they say, they're Buddhists, and they get angry. And then people get very upset. I've lost my faith in the Buddhists. I saw Ajahn Sumedho get angry. They're not supposed to get angry. Ajahn Sumedho is supposed to be like the Buddha Rupa. That's projection, isn't it? When people want us to fulfill their ideals, the perfect samana, calm, like a Buddha Rupa, like Kuan Yin, want the nuns all to be like Kuan Yin, serene, beautiful, receptive, loving. And so this is, and one would like to be so, and it's not that I don't want to have the equanimity, the perpetual equanimity of a Buddha Rupa. But that's not the way it is it? Human bodies like this, not made out of bronze or marble or anything like that. This is what we have to live with these forms, human bodies, nerves and feeling and blood and kind of leaky liquids and all kinds of things that Buddha Rupas don't have to put up with. Then we have our own, what we might call our own karmas. Why am I different from? Why do I look different from Ajahn Yanarato? Why can't he and I, or Sister Sanjita, why can't we all look the same, be the same size, the same nose type, the same? And so then why are we all different? And why do we have different ways of reacting, different tendencies, personal or individual tendencies? Why can't we all just be, like something manufactured out of a factory, like these tin soldiers? Every one is exactly like the next. Because this is the way things are. The conditioned realm is about variation, difference, contrast. This is the conditioned realm. It's not about producing the same condition over and over again, but it's all these conditions have variations. They're changing from one extreme to the next through sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, thought, feeling. So in this term of karma then, vipaka karma, whatever you're feeling now, whatever your personal inclination or preferences or tendencies are, we're awakened to them in terms of conditions rather than identities. So this is putting us into that mode of Puto, the knowing of the Dhamma, Puto Dhammo, being this pure subjectivity, this pure knowing. And the Dhamma then is whatever your tendencies might be, whether they're socially acceptable or not, good or bad, coarse, refined, or whatever. From the point of Dhamma, they are conditioned phenomena, and we're awakening to their changingness, to anicca dukkha anatta, rather than being dazzled or repelled or judgmental because of the quality of the condition one is experiencing, emotional, intellectual, physical, whatever. So within the Sangha, we have the individuals, we have the community, and the individuals in the community, And then we have, and then the differences, the different karmas arise and cease, tendencies, attitudes, prejudices, views, opinions. We're very international too, so we've got different cultural attitudes or conditions or expectations. But that doesn't matter, because it's not a matter of one culture being superior to to another. It's just recognizing all conditions, being the knowing rather than the personal judge and this belonging to this group or this culture or this class or whatever. Then we're back in the Vipavadanha delusions. So again, I emphasize that danha or desire is something we study, know these things in terms of your direct experience, not just know about them through reading books or listening to me, but observe. Say, I know Vipavadanha, and see this a lot. Tendency to resist certain things, deny, wanting to control things, out of fear, wanting this. I can recognize this force that goes through my consciousness, or bhavadanha, my spiritual aspirations, wanting to become. So in monastic life, wanting to become enlightened, dedicated my life to Buddhist monasticism. So when I start thinking in this way, what if I achieved, 40 years as a Buddhist monk? And then the personal thing, doesn't it? The ego wants to. If you've spent 40 years living this life, hope it wasn't a waste of time. You meet people who are enlightened just to, they've got wives and beautiful houses and drive Ferraris. They did it the fun way. But is that, do I really want that? Is that what I would really like to have done? And then when, because of the monastic training, the way of simplification, instead of envying, it's more or less just appreciating. Because the value of Buddhist monasticism is its contentment and not having money. You don't realize what a great privilege it is not to have any money, not to own a Ferrari. You have to think about those things when you own them. And have beautiful homes in exotic places, or endless, having bound yourself in marriage to some other person. You've got always the problems that arise. And do I envy that? Or the simplicity of monasticism? Now, this is just reflecting. I'm not trying to put down, one and raise up the other. This is how I'm reflecting in how I see it. The feeling I have toward monasticism. The result of being a Buddhist monk for 40 years is contentment, peacefulness, insight. One feels, that this has been a wonderful. I feel my life as a Buddhist monk has been a great opportunity and honor. It's such an honorable way to live, because it is, includes others. You're dependent on others, and people, like lay people, that brings them happiness to be able to offer things, to include them in our lives, not just shut everything out, shut the world away. So alms mendicancy has this quality of including. We need each other. We need the lay community. We need, that we just basic needs, not on a personal kind of emotional level, but just for physical survival. So it's not like emotional dependency on, but the dependency that is just part of being human, of needing, what food, shelter, robes, medicine for survival. So then the sense of gratitude and contentment is a result of 40 years. In itself, it's just very peaceful to be contented and not feel you have to get things or control things or get rid of things. And being senior monk here at Amaravati, taken on a personal level, my ego, my personality, tends to make problems out of being senior monk. Because this is a position, isn't it? A position in a group, and of course it means that I'm the most senior monk, the abbot, and so forth, have these titles, great responsibilities and duties, an upachai, a preceptor, a Tanjau Kun in Thailand. I've got, I'm a titled monk. Now, in terms of, this is how to accept all this without being attached to it, and that's, of course, back to sati sampajanya. Taken on a personal level, it becomes burdensome. To have responsibilities is a burden. To be an upachaya, to be a chanjakun, to be a teacher, and on like this is personally, on a personal level, I tend to make this into a burden. This is my personal tendency through the ego, because there's something in me that just like to run away from it all, not to have responsibilities, to live a more quiet life, more hermetic life, to kind of very simple life. And then I think, well, I'm a Chaukun, I'm a Upachaya, I'm a Ajahn, teacher, abbot, I'm on the internet, books, and so forth. I never write them, but they get people published, these things I say. Now taken on a Sakyaditi level, taken through Sakyaditi, at my age, that's one can be quite, it would be quite a burden. Because this is the age I should be retired, if you're a layperson, you get retired at 65. But Sanga Raj of Thailand is 95 or something, and they still keep him, propping him up. They won't let him go, no matter, until the death. But, that's the way the system works.